What's up, everyone? The long anticipated video is finally here. D Smart Network right here with you once again. And obviously, the long anticipated video of wanting to learn how to make videos is finally here for you guys to, experience and learn for today. So, basically, this video is intended to help those that want to make videos themselves and all that stuff. And the opportunity of that is here now. But I will be doing two versions of these types of videos, and for this video, it's going to be a beginner's version, so it can be simplified and easy to be done and handled and out of the way. But I will be also doing an advanced version in the future so that it could be more focused around advanced editing and extra stuff like that. Especially if you're doing like recordings in like two separate, what's it called, sources? Yeah, sources and stuff like that. That makes things, a little extra to work with when it comes to recording the videos. And before we get to the main point of the whole thing, there's obviously an important piece that you need in order to get your recording started and whatever. And that's obviously screen recording software, something that records both your camera and your gameplay, or something entirely different. It depends on the content you kind of do, really. So, yeah. And obviously, what I use is OBS Studio. Some people use Streamlabs OBS, and some people use other types of softwares like Meld or some other type of software. So there's a different variety of softwares you can use in order to get that stuff done the way that you personally like it and all that. So yeah, other than that, those are the main pieces to help you, get things done and preparing for recording and such. But also, there are other YouTube videos to, explain how to set them up and everything, and how to set up your scenes and everything, and your sources when you put them in a scene. So, other than that, let's get to the main point of why we're here, the editing. Let's go. All right, before I continue this video, I realized that there's a update in regards to CapCut regarding the fact that it's going to be banned soon, along with TikTok. So eh, that's kind of unfortunate. And obviously, because of that, I'm sticking to DaVinci for this video now, since that happened. I'm just now learning about this recently, considering I was been trying to have this video ready and such, but it kind of sucks that it had to turn out this way. But regardless, we move on and we get to the point of the video, and that's the tutorial part of it. So, one thing about video editing in particular is trimming. A lot of YouTubers and mostly a lot of people really put trimmings to, make certain clips shorter and so on and so forth. So, for example, we got my intro here. There is a line of silence in the most portion of it in the beginning. What up, everyone? So, something like that would have to be trimmed out. Now, there's a shortcut way of doing this on here by clicking Control B. It will cut that part, and then you would click Shift and Backspace after clicking on the part that you want to get rid of. So you could do a ripple delete like that. And doing this for multiple specific parts into the video will definitely be handy too. And obviously, it'll make the video come out a lot smoother at the most. So I'll do it again just like that. And obviously, doing it multiple times for certain parts that you want, certain parts that you don't want, is very simple as it is. And obviously, this is how the intro will look now since I trimmed it. What up, everyone? D Smart Network here once again. We got another video. We're playing, well, this thing's kind of like a bootleg Fall Guys, but it's Stumble Guys. Yeah, I'm playing that. I don't know if I'm going to be consistently playing it. I don't really think I'll be playing it that much, but I will be playing it for the purpose of this video, and yeah, let's get into it. And now, obviously, we're at the part where I probably got to trim this out, so obviously, I'm going to trim that out real quick. And obviously, the next thing I want to go over is transition. So, in this portion, we're basically just going to put a certain effect to transition from the scene. I'm going to use the cross dissolve as a way to do it in between the moment of me, transitioning into the gameplay aspect. let's get into it. All right, we're at the gameplay menu. I'm gonna stick with what I'm already got wearing with this night. But yeah, that's as simple as it can be. And obviously, there are different effects in DaVinci. Not as many as it is compared to CapCut, which I'm so disappointed that it just happened like that. Like, dang, bro, why? But obviously, there are different types of like effects you can grab up from certain sites, as long or just look it up on YouTube. I don't know properly since I'm still kind of fresh using DaVinci out of anything I've ever used, and all that. So obviously, adding video clips and sound, memes type stuff. It's very simple. Just drag the clip into your media pool of stuff and find a good moment to place it in there. I would show an example right now, but I got my stuff all scattered with, you know, my folder, so I kind of don't want to get into that right away. But I'll try to get into it in a different tutorial when I do this again. But yeah, trimming, the meme stuff with adding video clips or sound, transitions. It's basically the most natural stuff you'll see on a video in a certain degree. Um, and obviously, when it comes to the effects, I don't know what stands out because, like, I'm looking at the effects in here. I don't see any super standout ish ones that, you know, look fitting for the aspect of DaVinci. And obviously, I don't know how to properly, you know, at the moment try to get more effects, but I'm gonna look into it as I go and such in the future video and such, because obviously there's a lot with this compared to CapCut, because CapCut makes it somewhat easier. Though the good thing about, like, the use of DaVinci for free is that obviously it lets you do a lot of stuff for what it's offered for free and all that. So obviously by this point, I think you will get a gist of how things would be in a beginner way for DaVinci Resolve, especially for editing videos. Nothing too crazy for the beginner part of it, because obviously it's just, for the most part, you would be mostly trimming up the video and also just adding transitions when necessary. But obviously, I'm going to show one more example of like trimming and the transition, because like obviously there's parts where I gotta wait to get to the next game, right? And all that. So obviously this will be the most natural part of it, where I would, you know, look into the video, trim it, and then do the thing. I'm sorry if I'm rambling at this point, because I'm still disappointed that, you know, the original tutorial that I did for the CapCut side of it is just scrapped, and now I just gotta do it on DaVinci and improvise with what I got. So obviously, I'm probably just rambling for the most part, but I'm gonna do one more example of me doing the trimming and transition, and then we'll call it a day. Here. Also, I would like to note that there are going to be a lot of points where if there's areas with not any sound going on, then it'd be best to trim those out. I know DaVinci literally had an update talking about how that there's a way to adjust that or something. So I don't know how to do it, but I'll learn when I get the chance. So I just added the transition of that in there. Weird. What in the world? Okay, the game kind of lagged up when loading everything up. That's kind of weird. But we get. But yeah, this is pretty much the tutorial. And I think we can transition to the outro of the video. So yeah. And with that, that pretty much sums out how to edit videos in CapCut and DaVinci Resolve for beginners, of course. So Yeah, now you know how to handle it, get it in a simplified way. And obviously, when you feel like you're ready for the advanced step, there's other videos around to look for and other stuff like that. And obviously, there are some short videos that are on YouTube as we speak. Like, for example, CapCut Made Simple. That YouTube channel is out there. Same for DaVinci Resolve Made Simple. Um, those things are very useful, especially to get a quick explanation, but also um, get the idea of it very quickly and such. And obviously, it's best to keep an eye out for those because you never know whenever you want to take it to the next step, next level, all that stuff. And yeah, that is all for this video. The Smart Network, once again, is out of here. Thank you for watching.